welcome back to the channel. So, as promised, I'll give you a full rundown on how London went, from start to finish, from getting the train to flying back up. So, let's go. It's absolutely Baltic this morning. Whew. Where did it all start? It started with me leaving Glasgow on the Saturday morning at around 3:30. I left the house. My wee brother picked us up. Grant, I've already seen him in a couple of videos prior to this. He picked us up, dropped us off at the station. Absolute legend. I got on the Avanti West Coast train and straight down there, no issues. 4 hours 40 minutes, 4 hours 39 minutes. Absolute stress free, so much better than driving for 300 million hours. Met running man Sam at Euston and we made our way to the London City Airport Hotel. Absolute cracking hotel, really close to London City Airport. So my reasoning for this was it'd be close on the Monday for when I was just travelling up the road, so I wouldn't have to try and find DLRs and tubes, and it was actually like 2 minutes from the hotel. I'll put a wee link in the description below, just on just for London City Airport Hotel. There is also a wee bar in there. So from there we headed straight up the road towards the expo, and it was literally a 15-minute walk. If anybody ever stayed at this hotel and you're looking to know where the expo is or the XL, just hit me up in the comments below and I can direct you. At the XL, we got to the XL for around 10:30. Wasn't too busy, wasn't overly busy at all. So the process maybe took about an hour, and that was us. That was the XL done. By the time we dropped our bibs off, it was time to go back out and look for somewhere to eat. We ended up joining Craig the Runner and Zizi's at in London. It was lovely, really nice. Big shout out to the guys there. I went to bed at around 9:30, 10. Aye, perfect. Woke up at 4 o'clock after having a long day the day before. Woke up at 4 o'clock and I felt so refreshed. Fell back asleep to about 5:45, and then from there I got Sam and we left at 7 after a coffee and a bite to eat. Left at 7 using the DLR, which again was right next to London City Airport Hotel, so it was fabulous, it really was. I went one way, Sam went the other way, and that's us onto the start line. How did the London Marathon go for me? I met a guy, Damon, who I will put a link to his Instagram, T1 Damon I think it is. Put a video up from here. Absolute legendary guy. Running the London Marathon with type 1 diabetes for JDRF. Great guy. Started line for around 8:30 I think. So I had about an hour and 15 minutes till my wave went off. Just used the toilets. Again, wasn't that busy. And then headed off to start the race. Around about 9:30, 20 to 10 to mile 1. Getting off at a really good pace. I think it was about 8:30 miles. I thought, God, how am I going to do this for another 26 miles? But again, the thought of the task was daunting at the time, but we got it done. It wasn't morning. Didn't seem overly hard at the time, but we'll get into that in a minute. So first 5k was running down that hill. Guy was playing some absolute tunes. It really gave you a buzz, a wee bit inspiring, but I knew right then to dial it in a bit, so I think I was running about 8:10 or 8:05, so I thought, no, we need to bring it down a bit, so I held back in the pace from then a bit, so that I made sure I was going to last the distance for 8 miles. As we got to Cutty Sark, the big ship, as I would call it, didn't know who was there, but it was absolutely packed. Now I know, after bumping into Joanna on the run and Luke Coleman, that they guys were there cheering us on for that point. London Bridge, 13 miles in. Oh my god, it was absolutely amazing, breathtaking, you could say. So got my phone out and I dual called the kids. What an emotional experience. I think even talking about it just now makes you feel emotional and you got all the goosebumps all over. So at that point, Natalie had informed me that I was on for a 3:41 marathon, and I was absolutely stoked at this. I was absolutely amazed. I never thought a 3:41 could have even been possible, and to be running so strong at that point was amazing, absolutely amazing. Just what an experience. The crowd there alone was just something else. Definitely worth entering the ballot for just that. And moving forward to mile 14, 15, they seemed good, seemed strong. One thing I will say, at Lucasade and at the London Marathon official people, get those Lucasade cups sorted. So I was like, I was trying to drink it whilst running, obviously, because I was taking on water all the time, and Lucasade, I was like, right, geeze it first. Drank it all over my face, like I was sticky. It was just Lucasade everywhere. Definitely something I won't be taking on the next time, especially that early. Mile 15, we I think it was mile 15, we passed people coming back to me, so we're maybe passing people that were maybe on for like a 2:30 or 2:45 or maybe even a 3 hour mark. And I was thinking to myself, oh, that's great, no far to go now. By God, it was a long time after that, because I looked up and I think I seen 35k was at that point. So we still had like 10 mile, I don't know, 10 mile. We maybe had another 8 mile for that point, or 7 mile for that point. And it was just so daunting, the task felt daunting. We got to somewhere under a bridge, I believe, and I believe everybody had this problem with the Garmin watch, and it just went haywire. I think it had me running 6-minute mile, a 5-minute mile at that point, and there was no way I was running that fast, so I was trying to make the most of a bad situation at that point. I ended up just turning it on to just time. I couldn't even go by pace, just had to go by feeling. So then we move on to about mile 20, so mile 20 was maybe around about just after that point of the coming back bit, it got hard. No, sorry, in between that it was a good few bends with big buildings, and the crowds are just fantastic. If you've seen my other video, you'll have seen me just really cheering them on, getting inspired by them, and just really loving life until we hit that mile 20 point. It got hard. We hit maybe 22 miles and started to feel a slight niggle in my hamstring. It was more like sort of cramping my hamstring. Nothing really to worry about as such. I just took it really easy. I think I actually stopped a couple of times from then on in, just to sort of, didn't stop, I walked, but maybe about 30 seconds, just tried to massage my hamstring, and also reassess where I was at fitness wise and just how I plan to do the rest. But again, like I said, really had to dig deep, and then there comes that point where it might have been mile 24, I think it was the last 5k. You go through a bridge, you leave a crowd all behind you, and everybody's struggling. You can see it in every single person. But then you come out the other side and the music is absolutely playing. I mean, it is absolutely banging, and it just gave me a new lease of life. But also at the same time, I thought I was going to cry right then, right at that moment in time. There was almost that feeling of overwhelming emotion, and just like all the people were there for you, for there to see how you got on and to cheer you on, and well, obviously everybody else. But it just felt so overwhelming. But again, dug deep, got it done. The last mile and a half, I think it was. Again, I struggled, but I think I got a new lease of life again. I got a bust around about mile 25, and I just absolutely hit the pace then and just went for it. But then the hamstring started getting tight again, so I thought, what are you doing, Stephen? Why are you like 1 mile for the finish line? Where is this craziness came from? Like, just slow down. So I mean, on the day I seen people lying to the side. I actually passed this one guy at the last mile, lying to the side, taking a fit. Absolutely horrible to see, but again, it's what you sign up for, isn't it? This is the risk you take running marathons, because if you're not feeling properly or something just goes wrong in general. I mean, the guy I seen done absolutely amazing, and I was just gutted for him that he never made it to the finish line. And that again really set me off, like, even just talking about it now. This is the first time I've really spoke about it. It was so hard to watch and so hard to see. But getting on to that last sort of kilometre, the last 800 yards, you turn right, just at that big statue, turn right and the finish line is there. It's like 200 yards to go, and you're just absolutely trying to hoof it and give it your all. I went for it and I finished, as you all know, 4 hours and 50 seconds. Absolutely super proud of myself, absolute achievement. And then a duo called the kids, FaceTimed the kids, and just absolutely broke down. I couldn't even speak. Like, again, talking about it just now makes me feel so emotional and just shows how much that actually meant to me, just that moment. Spending talking to Natalie and the kids just honestly got me so overwhelmed with emotion and pride at the same time. And I mean, they were shouting, "Daddy, we're proud of you, keep going, keep going." So I think the app was running a couple of minutes behind maybe, so they didn't know I had actually finished. Joe called them, they thought that I had just given up and that's why I was crying, sort of thing. But no, an absolute achievement. And that medal, that London Marathon medal, signifies a massive thing to me. It's a huge part of my life, of what I'm doing right now and on this life journey that I'm on. It signifies just a huge milestone point to say I done that. Me, Stephen Quigley, I done that. But I just came back to that finish line. Do you know that I never even noticed Buckingham Palace was like right there as I turned right to go down towards that finish line. So it was on the left, no right there, but it was on the left. I never even noticed. I was too much in the zone. Absolutely mental when you think about it. I really forgot. So the road home, Monday morning, 5 AM I was up at the airport for 5:05. Literally was minutes from the hotel, and literally went in, booked in straight away. Was allowed up to 23 kilos hand luggage, I think it was. Flying me British Airways. Plane took off at 7 o'clock from London City Airport, and then one full hour up the road into Glasgow International Airport, and the wee brother picked us up again. But he was on the phone like, "Stephen, hurry up, this parking's costing me a fortune." And this was me trying to walk to him with my case. To be fair, I was walking alright, I think. But so much better getting that 1 hour trip back up the road. No prolonged, massive journeys or anything, just straight up the road. Managed to meet the kids at school gates for 10 to 9. Wearing my medal and my t-shirt. The kids were buzzing and the school loved it like as well. Even so much so I got a shout out before I left on a Friday, before they finished up at school assembly. Gave me a shout out. So I was famous for a couple of days in my local area, getting it done. So you might ask, what's happening next? What am I doing next? How's it been, Stephen? Well, recovery was fine, it really was. I think I was running by the Wednesday again. Just know that recovery week went really good. Felt great to be back. Second week, I had a bit of a lower week, so that had been last week. I think I only done 8 miles, but happy with that. Just letting myself recover properly, make sure I'm doing all my stretches, using the gun, eating properly, just watching my nutrition and stuff, and also just refueling the body again, and just watching what I was doing. Had a bit of a tight plantar fascia band, but again, just worked on it, stretched it off, just done a lot of walking and stuff, even some cycling I threw in there, so that went fine. what's next for me? I've signed up for more running events, which is basically to do with November, I think, although I don't have a moustache. It's usually taking place in Glasgow, but because COP26, it's in Falkirk. So that's on the 7th of November. Really looking forward to that. It's a 10k race. I think, just based on my aerobic fitness, I'm going to do well. Feeling really strong on those sort of quicker sessions I've had recently. I plan to throw some intervals and some more speed work over the next coming days and over next week before the race. Maybe even throwing some trails as well. But I just going to go. If I don't PB it on the day, I don't PB it, but I plan to just go and enjoy it and get it done. So that's what's next for me. I have also signed up for Edinburgh Marathon, and if I don't get into the ballot for London, planning signing up doing Loch Ness. Loch Ness in October, so that should be interesting. Getting both times. The family's working with me this time. I don't want to do that again where I just went out and winged it in London, because it wasn't nice being solo. Definitely not knowing that your family's like 7 million miles from you. So once again, a big massive shout out to everybody who has supported me in this journey, whether it be virtual support or even a donation that you can still make for Fab Kids, just down in the link below in the description. Just a massive thank you to everybody, because without all yous it would never been possible. The support has been unreal, even for people that like I don't even know, that have maybe caught up on this and donated through my YouTube, donated through everything. So massive thank you. You don't know how much I honestly appreciate it. But again, if you're new to the channel, please do consider subscribing, turn on that wee bell for notifications as well, so as you get notified when I put a new vlog up, which is usually weekly. Hopefully we can get a wee bit more content now that marathon training has ended, and we're on to this 10k race. Thanks very much for watching and supporting me and tuning in on a weekly basis and just helping me through this as a team and as a friend. Again, thank you very much. Cheers guys.